Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a great day today. In today's video, what I want to do is I want to do a try on of some of the products that I received in my Ipsy Glam Bag Plus for September. I'll leave that link in the cards up here for that video. And what I want to do is I already applied my foundation. I did apply the Found Sealer from Tarte. This is also one that I did an unboxing of from QVC. I'm not sure today. I'm having a lot of patchiness. I'm looking in the mirror over here, and I think it's interacting with my primer. So I think I need to use this one without a primer, but I did also contour a little bit. I used the e.l.f. contour palette. This is one I've had for a while, so you guys can see what that guy looks like. It's a really pretty palette. But for today's video, what I wanted to do is I wanted to use the Madison Miller palette as well as the Nomad Berlin Untergrün, which is a German word. My last name is German, but I'm not German. My husband is. And I have not swatched any of these yet. I mean, they're such pretty shades. They translate totally different on camera than the way they do in person. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use the Madison Miller palette. I did do a little bit of contouring. I don't know if you can see that. So what I want to do is I think this shade is too dark for a highlighter, so I'm going to use this as the highlighter and this is the blush, and I'm just going to go get right into it and see if I like it. I don't know. We'll find out. I have my trusty Cosmetics boutique brush. I like this brush for blush. There goes my heat on, so if you hear anything in the background, you know, that's on. It's a chilly day today. So I'm going to tap into this just a little bit, and a lot came off, you can see. And I'm going to just see how this goes. Wait, it is pigmented, that's for sure. I'm going to use this shade right here for a highlight. I want to see how that highlights. And I'm using my e.l.f. mineral powder brush. I'm going to dip into that. And that's a really pretty shade. You can see that. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I can see that on camera. Oh, now I can see it more on this side than the other side. Just a little more. I mean, it's not one of those really super blinding highlighters. No. You know, this one I think is more suitable for as a blush topper. We're going to move on to the eyeshadows next. So what I want to do is I don't want to swatch them. I really don't want to break into it, because if you see the imprints on each of these, I mean, it's just like, I don't like doing that, but I have to, obviously, if I want to use the palette. So for the crease, what I want to do is I want to start with this shade here. It says Oranian Strawberry. I don't know how to say all the names, so if I'm butchering the names, I apologize. I had to go hunt down my brush. I didn't have it in here. This is the Nomad Cosmetics brush. Oops, I almost dropped it. This is a fluffy brush. I love this brush. What I wanted to let you know is that I used my usual Photo Focus eyeshadow primer on my lids. I'm not really digging this primer at all. This does not interact well. Also using my Wet n Wild Brulee single to set the eye, but I'm going to go right into that. I think it says Oranian Strawberry, this one, into the crease, and I'm going to dip right into there, and you guys can see it's pretty pigmented. Yeah, so tap that off and see. Ooh, it is pigmented. The next shade I want to use on the outer corner is this one here that says Tacheles, C-A, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. So let me get my brush that I normally use on the outer corner, which is usually a shader brush. This is the one, the motor brush, and I'm just going to tap into that. It is quite pigmented. I'm just going to see how I like this and work it on in and bring it on up a little bit into the crease. Okay, I like that. I prefer the patting method than rather than dragging it around, because if you drag it, I have crepey lids. On the lid, I really want to use this shade right here, the NDW, and I want to see how I like that, if I like that. I'm going to tap into it and we can see what it looks like. And it's pretty pigmented, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a tap, and I'm just going to place it on the lid this way. Ooh, it's a nice shade. I like that. I may want to deepen up this outer corner a little bit more with that Tacheles, and we'll see. Just a little bit, like on an angle like this. For the middle third of my eyelid, I think I want to use this shade right here, the Wall, right, that one. It's like a silvery, I don't know if you can, it's not translating. It's difficult to see. It probably translates better on the eye. And put it right here. Yeah, it just, I think it's just like sinking in the shade. I'm going to finish up this side, this eye, and see if I can try something different. This one right here that says Chow Stage. Let me make sure I got the right side of the brush, and see if I can get that to like brighten up. All right, so what I'm going to do then, I'm going to get a different brush, and I'm going to try and see if I can get something. This is a little more detail. This is a Luxie brush. It's a precision crease. But I'm going to go into this shade right here. It's super bright. I don't know if you can see it. It says Kreuzberg, and I'm going to get that inner corner and see. It seems like these other shades are just melding right into that shade NDW. Like you can't even see it on the brush. It's the same color. I'm going to get into that inner corner. Yeah, I think this is a little bit better. Then I'm going to smudge below a little bit of the crease color below. I'm going to dip right into that. Give it a little smudge. I'm also going to smudge a little bit of that NDW just a little bit below, just a tiny bit, on the outer part right here. I don't know if you can see it, but some of the NDW traveled from my lid and down. I think that's because I applied too much of the other shades over top of it. I'm going to use the liner brush here, and I'm going to go into this one. It says Club Nacht, which means nightclub, and basically in English. So I'm going to get it. It's a little glittery, and I'm going to line a little bit. I don't want to line too much on the bottom, and I'm going to do the upper lid as well later on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up the eye look, and then I'll come back on camera and I'll let you know my thoughts on this palette. This is the finished look. I put on my brows, I put on my mascara, I finished lining the upper lash line. Oh gosh, I don't tight line because I tend to poke myself in the eye doing that. But what I wanted to say is that I'm looking in the mirror over here, and I can see, like, when I smudged, that all of the shades melded together with that black shade, the Clubnacht right here. Now I noticed that they do tend to meld together, and there's no definitive line of where the next shadow starts, which is good if that's a look that you want. That's not a look that I wanted. I wanted to see each shade hold up on its own, and I have to say, if this shade, if the NDW wasn't as vibrant as it is, I don't think that it would have held up. But the vibrant shades, I say, are really pretty shades. I can see that the matte shade, these two, the two mattes that I use, I think those are the only mattes in the palette. No, actually the Taj Chalet, the one that I use on the outer corner, is, I think it's more of a satin. There's a tiny little bit of like micro glitter in there, very small amount. But, you know, that's what the palette was like. It's a pretty palette, I have to say that. The colors are out of my comfort zone. I mean, I enjoy it. But I don't think this is a palette that I would reach for frequently. It's a pretty palette, I will say. It is a very pretty palette. But if I'm looking for a specific look, that's the only reason I would reach for it. I mean, I have other palettes that, you know, the shadows really stand out. I really enjoy them. They don't meld together like this, so you can't even see where I smudge the NDW below. And I don't have any mascara on below. Well, let me know what you think of this try on. I mean, I have to say though, I do really enjoy this palette, the Madison Miller palette. It's a really pretty palette. And I really want to figure out how to use this one. You know what? I'm going to try and see if I can put that over the blush. Where is that? I'm going to put a little bit of that and see. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can see it. So I have like all three. Oh, whoa. I'm going to be super shiny. Good thing I'm not going anywhere today. Okay, guys. So take care. Have a great day. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. See you all in the next video. Bye.